Chucky, Phil, and Lil are playing in their playpen admiring a firefly while Stu and Dee Dee are reading. Lou's getting ready to do his late-night pinochle game at the lodge and tells the family, "Don't wait up for them." Stu reminds his dad that he promised he would stop going to these all-night events, especially after what happened the last time when Lou was so tired they couldn't get out of bed for a whole week. Lou tries to weasel out of it, but Stu encourages him to keep his promise and recites the poem that Lou told him as a child. "If a promise you don't keep, it will haunt you in your sleep, and as you lie beneath your quilt, you'll have conscience full of guilt." Lou then promises to be home early, but it is way into the early morning when he gets back, so he tries to sneak in and hits a foot against the coat stand, making him yell and wake the babies up. He then tries to sneak up the stairs, but the lights come on and Stu and Dee Dee appear, asking why Lou is up so early, assuming he came back home much earlier. Lou hesitates to explain, and Stu expresses that he is glad his father is up, as he and Dee Dee were weeding the garden and now he could help them. Lou, however, tells a whooping great fib, saying that he only got up early because he got sick from catching a bad bug. Stu and Dee Dee fall for the ruse, but the babies misunderstand Lou's fib, thinking he has actually eaten a real bug, so they decide to get the supposed bug out of him. Lou craftily goes to bed, but babies decide to lure the bug out by placing a bill on Lou's face to lure the bug out, like ants in a picnic, but all they succeed in doing is making Lou swallow the food, resulting in coughing and spluttering. Next, they mistake Lou's uvula for the bug and try to crush it with a pair of toy pliers, making Lou scream with pain. Each time Lou remembers Stu's poem, but he shakes it off as a coincidence. Finally, the Rugrats decide to use some good bugs to fight the bad bug that is making Lou sick. They bring in a lot and spread them over Lou's bed. While still hearing Lou's poem, Lou feels one of the bugs on his face and sees many more of them in his bed, scaring him out of his wits. He leaps out of bed and runs into the garden where Stu and Dee Dee are still weeding and confesses everything, promising to pull weeds or even plant them. Meanwhile, the Rugrats believe the bad bug is now gone for good and they have saved Lou. Lil asks if they can eat the leftover bugs, which they do. Stu and Dee Dee are getting ready for a date. Grandpa Lou excitedly enters the house talking about bingo night at the senior center. He tells Tommy he has a date with Lady Luck. Stu protests this, saying that Lou already agreed to watch the babies. Lou says he will insist Stu and Dee Dee to have fun on their date. Once Stu and Dee Dee leave, Lou starts loading the babies into his car and heads to the senior center, where he goes to sign in for the bingo tournament. Tommy sees a pair of old men playing checkers. Mr. Dwozark beats Mr. Gump by jumping his checkers, but the checker center's manager, Mrs. Horkin, stops him from doing so. Tommy watches as she approaches with 2 cups of milk from the old men. Ms. Horkin adds that she wants the seniors to engage in quiet, relaxed activity at all times, citing her guidebook for senior care. She suggests the 2 men go to the pottery class, and they do so. Tommy walks up to the table and tries to get the cups of milk, but Lou grabs him and brings the babies to the bingo hall. The babies are under the table where Lou is and notice a box full of multicolored bingo markers. They decide to play with the fiddlywinks. Lou listens for one of his bingo numbers to be called, saying that Lady Luck will visit him soon. He talks to their competitors at his table at how back when he was in the service, members of the squad joked that he and Lady Luck were dating, recalling the time he fell into a USO tent. He was given milk and cookies and danced the cha-cha all night. Later, none of Lou's numbers have been called. Lou is a little upset, saying that Lady Luck probably won't be coming. Tommy tells the babies that Lady Luck must be Grandpa's friend, and he is sad that she didn't come bring him milk and cookies or dance with him. Chucky guesses that Lady Luck doesn't know Lou is there, and Tommy decides that they should go find her. They head to the door, but Chucky asks what they should do to not lose their way. Tommy suggests that Phil and Malcolm play a bunch of fiddlywinks into their clothes. They then leave a trail to follow. Phil and Lou do just that, and the babies explore the senior center. They head toward a room where they can hear a voice singing cha-cha-cha. They go to investigate, but Miss Horkin notices a trail of bingo markers and starts following it. The babies enter the aerobics room, where a very slow workout session is taking place. Notice the record player is playing the cha-cha music. Tommy climbs onto the counter to inspect it further, but accidentally turns the speed dial all the way up. The music's tempo increases, and ladies start dancing around, eventually forming a conga line. Miss Horkin enters and tries to get the ladies to stop dancing. They drag her into the conga line. The dancing ladies approach the babies, so they all back into another room to avoid getting trampled. They end up in a shuffleboard room and see the seniors playing with the big chocolate cookies. One of the seniors pushes a puck too hard and glides into the ceramics room. The babies follow it. At the conga liners, the shuffleboard room, soon after, Miss Horkin breaks free and pulls out a walkie-talkie, rushing back up to find the babies and stop the other seniors from going crazy. Meanwhile, Lou has not had any of his numbers called yet. He feels his luck has finally run out. In the ceramics room, the instructor is showing the seniors how to make vases with a pottery wheel. Other seniors are bored to tears. Belmo knows the pedal the instructor is pushing with her feet and decides to put the foot pedal on Mr. Dvorak's wheel. This makes his pile of clay fall apart and splatter nearby and surfaces. The other seniors do the same with their wheels, covering their whole room with clay. Miss Horkin enters and pleads with the seniors to stop, but she gets hit with blobs of clay. The babies remember that Miss Horkin was in the same room as the cha-cha dancing and the big cookies. Tommy recognizes her as the lady who gave milk to the seniors earlier. The babies take all this to mean that Horkin is Lady Luck. The toddle end up her and give her hugs. Miss Horkin wonders where the babies came from, but gets her answer when bingo markers fall out of Fillmore's clothes. Miss Horkin starts making her way back to the bingo hall with the babies. At that moment, the bingo caller starts calling out numbers that Lou has on his card. The seniors see Miss Horkin passing by and applaud her. One of the women thanks Horkin for loosening up, and Mr. Gump agrees, saying this was the first night in a while they had any fun in the center. Miss Horkin is confused and tries citing her policy of quiet and relaxation are the keys to happiness. Mr. Dvorak insists that having fun is the key to happiness. Seniors all agree, and Horkin understands, but needs to return the babies before she can address anything else. Lou managed to get 4 in a row and needs one last number to win. At that moment, Miss Horkin arrives asking if the babies belong to Lou. Lou is smitten and asks if they cause any trouble. Miss Horkin, also attracted to Lou, simply says the babies are lots of fun. Lou offers to take the group for ice cream and they can talk about it more. Then the bingo caller calls out N16. Miss Horkin points out that Lou won and Lou agrees, having won something more than bingo. Lou, Miss Horkin, and the babies drove off together while the rest of the seniors conga the night away.